what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of the TheBallerMethod podcast. If you like what you hear by the end of the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe to hear more. I'm not going to waste no more time. I got three special guests. I would like them all to introduce themselves. Let's start with the top left with Alan.
We got Alan, a.k.a. Big Al, a.k.a. Euroballer13. What's going on?
We go down to Illy.
What's up? It's Ilion. I go by Illy. I'm about to crush these boys. Don't play with my name. Play with me. Don't play with me. You feel me? We gonna get it.
No, you already know.
We don't know. We don't know yet. They don't know.
Last but not least in this bitch, though, Big Finchy and this bitch Veron, King Finchy, motherfucker, whatever we want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Big LeBron Go fan, Rush extra trash, you know how it goes.
Come on, bro. Stop.
Wasting no time, baby. Let's go.
All right, man. Look. We gonna start on a very positive, family-friendly mode. You feel me? I'm gonna say what is y'all high and low of the week? You know, start with your low, and then we gonna end on a high note. So, what's something something bad that happened to you this week? What's something good that happened to you this week? We'll start with Alan again.
My low for this week, I had to put in my 2-week notice at my job. I had a new job coming up, so that's also my high. You already know your boy was nervous, but knocked it out of the park. It went good.
Nice.
Here we are, baby.
Man, honestly, I don't care about them jobs, but that 2-week notice stuff is dead, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
My boy said he was scared all week to tell his boss he's leaving, bro.
Boy, I was having panic attacks.
I pulled up on this dude in the road. He's like, bro, he walking around the block 100 times, bro.
Oh, I was rehearsing, bro.
Man, I'm stressing. I want to quit, man. I'm like, dude, what can he say? Just see you later.
What's your high, man?
Did you tell Alan? Did you say you're high on? Did you say that you're getting a new job?
Yeah, get a new job.
Get a new job, okay. And that job pays $31K more, right?
Yes, sir.
31K, man.
Yeah,
31K more. That's not diminishing now. Come on,
Did you ever get that check
you see how
the accident?
It's coming, Illy. It's in the
way.
It's coming.
Damn, stakes on you, my boy.
All right, what's going on, Illy? What's your high and low of the week, man?
Damn, my low of the week, just school and all the schoolwork I have still going on. And then the high is the fact that I'm doing the schoolwork. I'm going to graduate in 2 weeks. So it's kind of like.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be wiping asses, nursing and shit.
Damn. Good. All right, Finch, what's going on with you, man?
I guess I could say probably my only lows for me really is probably having to call my girlfriend for 2 minutes for toilet paper in the bathroom. And, other than that, I definitely just got really moved up to bartending and stuff like that. So one of my lows pretty much catching on to the system, and then my highs is they already see my potential in being bartender, so I'm already up there. So other than that, that's about it.
You have to do a class for bartending?
No, I didn't have to do no class. I had to serve for 30 days, and then I had to do a bar test. I had to do a test over here.
Yeah, because you got to know like what can mix with what, right, and all that stuff.
I don't think people used to have to get bar certified a lot, like back in the day for sure. But like I feel like that's not like a thing no more.
Yeah.
People ain't got time for you to go get no certificate.
Bro, with a smile like that, Finchy, you don't need no certification, my boy.
Oh God, that's how they put me on the wood.
All right, man. My high and my low. I guess my low is my girl got COVID, you know what I'm saying? That is what it is. And then my high, I would say starting this podcast, you feel me? I'm naturally lazy. I'm naturally introvert. So like I'm really tackling both of those things right now. And we here right now. So I'm really happy about that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're gonna get on to that point too, I definitely it's the same avenue with me, like knowing you got position to do shit. And you know what I'm saying? Know you can do it type shit. Pushing yourself be the thing, oh God. And that's definitely where my ass to.
Yeah, for sure.
So we here now.
Appreciate that, man. All right, y'all. We gonna get straight into it, you feel me? I want to start off talking about Illy's obsession with Russell Westbrook. How did this start? How did this come about? You got the flow.
Oh, listen, before anybody tells me anything, I do not give F-U-C-K. I don't give a damn what anybody got to say about Russell Westbrook. He's my boy. I'm going to defend him until he retire. But everybody asks me how you a Russell Westbrook fan. He trash, he this, he that. Listen, it started off in 2011 when OKC made the playoffs for the first time. I was a big Kevin Durant fan, and KD was like my favorite player. And then, Russ and James Harden were on the team as well. I like them, but not as much as KD. KD was just like cold, and like I think everybody saw it. Like he's gonna take over the league, and I'm like, bro, like I gotta hitch my wagon to KD. I'm gonna ride it out for KD. And then they went through their ups and downs, the playoffs, finals, and then what happened with the Warriors and how they came back on them. In free agency, KD leaves, and I'm stuck here. I'm like, bro, how can I respect KD leaving to the team that just came back 3-1 on him? And leaving his team high and dry. He didn't even like call anybody. He just signed the shit and left. And I'm like, bro, like that's the biggest bitch move in the whole wide world. Like it just pissed me off so much. And I think Allen could attest. Like I don't like how he went about that. So I was like, all right, like who can I put my loyalty into now? James had leaving, so I couldn't like put my shit in James. So Russ was left, and Russ was like, I was like, dude, Russ a dog. He always comes every night. Plays hard, bro. Like so entertaining to watch. He just doesn't. He has that like I don't give a fuck mentality. Like, and I love that. And then he came out, won the MVP, bro, and nobody could tell me anything after that, bro. It was a wrap. I just been ride or die with Russ. Kobe even stamped him, bro. Yeah, it was a wrap, bro. Once all that happened, now I just been with Russ to the end.
That's definitely the one thing that you can respect him for. He is going to show up every night. He's going to have that high motor. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that you can respect about him, though. Now, we get to this last present season, though, and it didn't go very well. It came to the Lakers, and the fit with him, LeBron and Anthony Davis just didn't go how some people thought it was going to. I think most people thought it was going to fail, but for it to go that badly, I think nobody really saw that coming.
No, for sure.
For sure.
So, who gets the most blame? You got Russell Westbrook, you got LeBron, Anthony Davis, the front office, so that's Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and all them, or Frank Vogel. I want you to
Frank I gotta step in here real quick.
Yeah,
dude.
go ahead.
All right, here's what I think. Here's what I think. I think number one, the media. I think Russ didn't play to his full potential, but I think the media kind of used him as a scapegoat to like blame him for like the bad season that they had. But then again, you look at the injuries, and I think Russ played 78 games, I think last year, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. 78 games, yeah.
Yeah, 78 games, and LeBron and AD nowhere near that many. So I think Russ gets too much blame. From my point of view, I think it is the entire organization's fault, even with LeBron being out and AD being out for such a long period of time, to still having so much talent. Without those two guys, the level of talent they had was still a pretty decent team, at least a playoff team. And if you're not making the playoffs with that roster, even without the LeBron and AD, that's the whole organization.
Not even the play in. That's the craziest.
Exactly.
The play in. 10 teams can make the play in. They didn't make the play in. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yes. Honestly, without I really thought about it, I wouldn't give the organization full blame, to be honest, but outside of acquiring Westbrook, they really didn't put nobody around them that was actually going to be able to keep them gassed. The closest person to doing that on the team that year was Kendrick Nunn next to LeBron when he was playing his good games. But other than that, they went and drafted a lot of these veterans who obviously started off looking a little decent. You had Carmelo coming out the gate with 28 points and 33-point games. But obviously, that slowly declined. So a lot of the reasons is them putting these pieces that they think were going to go good around LeBron, but not realizing his coming with his age, he needs young players with those same positional roles pretty much around him in order for him to do what he needs to do. I don't hold LeBron as much as accountable because literally I've seen what the man averaged last year, even with the games he did play. So he really hasn't declined, nothing like that. It was really just like a failed system. Wasn't nothing they could really do with that. AD was literally gone all the season. Even like Khalid called, they would not let this man rest for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did the same thing last year when it came to the first round of playoffs when they got took out by the Suns. They let him play on that injury, and you know what I'm saying? That probably even led up to him also being so injury prone this year, honestly.
Yo, I got a question real quick for everyone here, just kind of off the top. Do you think that team where they pretty much sold everyone, where they had Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron, look in hindsight 2020, was that a bad idea or a good idea?
Now, that considering what we had to look at last season, and then you want to look at the position that most of those players are actually in now, that was kind of a bad decision because Brandon Ingram is in a comfortable spot in the Pelicans right now. Lonzo Ball obviously comfortable with the Bulls. Kuzma ain't had too bad of a season last year, but obviously he still got he got a ring, so obviously he ain't got to worry about that. They split him off early, but D'Angelo Russell was with Minnesota. They looking good. They just got Rudy.
Yeah.
And so they all that one too. That was, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, it worked out for the teams. They got good players, but overall for the Lakers, looking at where they at this season, from last season, it definitely doesn't look like a good idea.
I mean, for me, hindsight is always 20/20. I think at the time you get Anthony Davis, who was arguably he was a top 10 player at the time, and you got a championship out of it.
He did what he did to do. Yep.
Yeah, you got a championship out of it. Now, where they went wrong is when, well, first of all, Anthony Davis didn't come in the next season and said, "I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna be the top dog. LeBron, you can be number 2." That's when everything started to go haywire. And then the next season, the front office got rid of Alex Caruso.
I was just about to bring that up.
Dwight Howard, everybody who made the glue work. LeBron, AD, top work. The glue guys, you just jettison them out the way.
Over to Chicago. Now he got the MVP over there. He number one in the conference with them over there. Like I'm pretty sure he big 6 man rolling over there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think them not signing Alex Caruso was like cruel.
That's probably the saddest.
Terrible.
We can probably all agree that's probably the saddest trade for sure out of all of that. Nobody even cared that Kuzma or nobody else really win, but we was all like, bald eagle, bro. Real.
Bro, they gave $10 million. I forgot what they gave to Kendrick Nunn, but it was at least $10 million. Caruso was willing to take that. You could have just signed him back.
Honestly, if we had not picked up Russ, big contract, then the trade, what we were talking about with the trade with those players, honestly wouldn't look as bad because we spent all that money on Russ and didn't get nothing out of it when we could have put that in better players. Like we could have went and got a Buddy Hield who can do what he can do. Like
DeMar DeRozan was on the table.
DeRozan, and they literally
Nah, dude. Being from Chicago, bro, I'm glad DeMar
crazy.
DeMar got it to the Bulls.
Let me get back on topic of the question though.
Yeah,
for me, I think the front office has to get the most blame. People were talking about LeBron. I understand that's his friend, but it could have worked if you surrounded them with the right pieces. They didn't get any shooters. Well, they got Wayne Ellington and all these people, but you get people who aren't proven. You get people who are doing okay on bad teams. When the pressure's on them, you don't know how they're gonna react. So you get all these people.
Never been in no player.
You got Kent Bazemore. What's Kent Bazemore gonna do?
Bro, for real though.
Kent Bazemore.
He gotta be at like top 5 place almost on the most teams, bro. I swear to God.
Oh God.
Let me break this down.
Let me break this down numerically, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly who deserves his blame. Because a lot of y'all think Russ is the only.
I know you're gonna put Russ last, bro.
Listen, bro. Easy. So for me, I think a lot of y'all know already because we had this conversation, but Frank Vogel to me was the most to blame. I mean, he is the person that's supposed to put everybody in positions to succeed, regardless of the personnel you have. The team you get is the team you get. You have to make it work. One big thing was the lack of leadership. Nobody really cared what he was saying. He did not delegate any roles. Like nobody knew what they were doing. He changed.
Everybody just playing their own ball, right?
He never played Dwight for some reason for most of the season.
That was crazy.
Just a lot of things. So I think 50% of the blame definitely goes to Frank. Next would be 25% would be to the defense. Just no effort or pride at all. I think we were like maybe bottom 10 in defense.
And we didn't really have no defensive players like that. Like you said, like who was out there?
But
really
like even if you don't have like defensive players, I feel like if you play as a unit, like you could still like be
effort.
Yeah, but when we got
you could definitely see that out of Anthony Davis too. Anthony Davis was not giving the effort on a lot of these.
That's
but you say that on defense, but Vogel wasn't running good defense either, so that's still more his.
And that's crazy because he's a defensive coach, so you know whatever. So I'll give that 25%.
That's a great point. He's a very defensive coach.
Point on him. That's kind of.
Damn, my boy Tweet. He gonna come back. But after the defense had Bron and AD 15%, they were just not available. Those are your 2 most important pieces outside of Russell Westbrook. If you want to be 1A, 1B with Bron and AD, like they were just not available. AD for a majority of the season, that's like the big presence on defense. He can give you 25 to 30 points a night, get you rebounds, like a lot of stuff that they needed. AD could provide, but he just wasn't available. And then Bron was in and out of the lineup with I think he had knee tightness and all that. he got suspended a game because of that dude he beat up, Isaiah Stewart in Detroit.
That
like,
was hilarious, bro. He
just
was
missing
him
games,
the
bro.
whole
Like
court.
every game mattered. After that, I had 5% for the front office, bro. Like you said, just the personnel they got was just garbage. And I don't think you guys are gonna think that I would agree with this, but the trade for Russ was just a terrible trade in and of itself, because I think the Wizards wanted THT, if I'm not mistaken. They would have took THT between Kuz and KCP, but the Lakers were like, nah, and they gave up Kuz and KCP. But the way that THT turned out, like, we should have gave up Kuz. We should have kept Kuz or KCP instead of THT, and then bringing in Melo was just a terrible, terrible,
I don't think
terrible
it was that terrible.
decision.
I thought Melo was good. I thought Melo was defensively.
Nah,
okay,
I know what Illy's about
but
to say,
he
bro.
got some good buckets for us when we
I mean,
needed some
he can
buckets.
get you a bucket, but he's just a complete liability on defense, bro. Like, I think the rookie Jalen Green was like in OT one game was like, our game plan was just go at Melo.
I remember that game. That was
like,
a very hard
you
game.
can't have that. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, terrible signing. And then the last 5% would go to Russ. I just say
5%, bro.
5%, bro. Just too many turnovers, and he just had a poor season shooting with his percentage and everything. But I think I guess we'll get into this later, what they need to do with Russ. But I don't know what you guys think about that.
5% though. He was literally
5.
shooting. Like, okay, so his defense was horrendous all year. Okay,
but so was Bronze.
LeBron was playing center. He was doing some things. Sometimes he was going to look the like a daisy.
Who was the Lakers' best defensive player last year? Who would you say?
You can put Austin Reeves in that conversation.
Bro, we're talking about Austin Reeves.
That's true. LeBron did miss a lot of years. I ain't trying to be a LeBron apologist, but I feel like his defense was better than Russ. They literally had video compilations of him just looking at people walk right past him to the paint.
Dude, I think one thing with Russ that happened this season was the media. I think for the first time in his career, or maybe that I've seen. What up, Finch? I think that I've seen, at least in the NBA, is where the media has somehow controlled the way he played.
Like, I don't literally hate Russ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, complete think he's like a whole trash career and everything. Because obviously I was a big fan of him too. And I also did understand why KD left, but along with Illy, where he chose to go and how he chose to move about it was the part that literally threw everybody off and made me even feel Russ even more. That was just like, pretty much, that was like shoot your dog in the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you turned on my boy Russ.
Dude.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree, bro.
Oh, man. Because honestly, if you really want to be honest about it, like, everybody loved Russ, knew he was explosive, but also knew he was definitely part of the reason they were losing a lot of series, because he definitely got egotistical and overcarried with the ball. So that was the problems that he already had in his game before, you know what I'm saying, that is really becoming really more noticeable by the media now that they're really attacking him about it.
But Russ didn't become egotistical. It's just KD is so submissive, bro. Like, he does not want KD any part of like leadership. He doesn't want any culpability, no responsibility. Like, when stuff go bad, he's just like, oh,
dude,
whatever.
you see this year, bro. He already wants to lead the net.
He be hitting his shots, and but KD gonna do what KD do. But at the same time, when we look back to a lot of them games, Russ took the bad shot on a lot of them plays. Like, you know what I'm saying, definitely during the playoff series, like where KD should have stepped up and been like, oh, give me the ball. But you did. You literally go down there and shoot those. So it's like definitely it's a double-edged sword with that. But like I said, pretty much those just still was like small things people noticed about Westbrook before, you know what I'm saying, they even broke apart and all of that. So these ain't things that are something new that just start happening with him. And even now I still liked him as a player because I knew he could keep on improving his Westbrook. He exploded on me. So I think like everybody like real like for Westbrook really came when he got betrayed by KD pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like they really wanted to see him thrive and really wanted to see him win there too. And they gave that man the drive for 3 years straight to get 3 straight triple-double with a team with Andre Roberson on it. Like, come on.
Playing with G League dudes and taking them to the playoffs
Roberson every
single year.
But yeah, so I definitely,
we-
I just can't get down with the 5% blame for Russ though. I mean, like he had.
You said 5? I was
He
gone.
said 5% when you was going. He said 5% for Russ. I just can't get down with that.
Well, how much
That's
percent?
so
How much percent would you give him then? Out of 100?
I don't know about
Bro.
percentage wise, but I feel like he
Consider-
has to have more blame than at least
Considering-
LeBron.
I mean, to
Bro,
the playoffs,
Russ's role just kept changing. Like there
And that's
wasn't a
facts.
cutout
No.
role to say like, all right, when Bron is in, this is what you need to do. It was just like, all right, your turn, my turn.
That goes in his favor. I understand what you're saying too, but when LeBron isn't on the court, that gives Russ time, the freedom to be himself. You feel me? Like he was on the court when they had those Thunder losses. You remember those? They were up, and then the Thunder came all the way back and beat them. He was on the court for those. You know what I'm saying?
I can't blame. You can't just blame Russ for that.
Come on. I think
y'all
that's
put
a
all the blame
perfect.
on Russ. Like Russ can guard 5 people. Russ can't guard 5 people.
That's true.
This is
We got
couldn't have
old
blamed
ass
him.
Trevor Ariza.
I'm just
And
saying, like,
was
man,
plenty.
as far as we know what, for one, the thing people don't have to realize, bro, like us seeing Russ did what he did on OKC is literally not that long ago, bro. He just been shifted around 2 teams in between. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there was no reason he should have been going to put that purple gold, get back in his bag, bro. Like, obviously, we even see him get back in his bag towards the end of the season with the Wizards, which gave us a lot of faith in him on the Lakers. That's the whole reason we also held him to a higher standard. Because you remember, we was talking about how trash he was, and me and Khalid was trying to get the Hornets to win, getting the AC, and like the Wizards end up coming up and like, you know what I'm saying, clinching. Getting that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you, bro, he went crazy that last.
So they went crazy. So that's
games.
what I'm saying. That's what gave us more like, all right, so Russ got back in his bag in the season. We see like he got out his funk. That's what it seemed like to boy. They come to LA and it just wasn't that. So like
even
I said,
though it was never reported, I believe that Russ was injured this last season.
For real?
Really?
That he was dealing with like hamstring problems since the bubble. He just never recovered and kept playing. I mean, if you watch him when he comes out of
I don't
games,
want to
bro,
hear.
Honestly, you really didn't see many highlights. He did highlight a couple. He still highlighted. So who did he highlight last year? He got one off on me. Right next to John.
He dunked on Rudy Gobert, bro.
That's what it was. He yanked that.
Oh my lord, he killed Rudy Gobert,
yanked that boy.
All right, I got a question. So this leads us into that segue, Khalid, of what do the Lakers do with Russ?
What do the Lakers do with Russ? I think if I'm the Lakers, me personally, I'm straight. I don't even know why this deal isn't done yet, but I'm trading him to Brooklyn for KD. I mean, not KD, Kyrie. Now, I think
can't do it.
The original thing was Kyrie and Joe Harris, and the Lakers wanted Seth Curry. I'm taking Joe. I don't know why we're still doing this. I'm giving up that second first round pick, and we getting that deal done. I don't know what we still waiting on.
I'll take Seth too, though. You gotta give us Seth. Not really though, because Kyrie enough.
That was like a month ago though. Like, and they're still not budging. And the season,
but even Kyrie, he's on a 1-year deal. So what if he doesn't want to resign next year?
He got to ball out first. And LeBron is getting to the point where each season counts. So I would take one season of Kyrie.
But I mean, Kyrie's flaky, bro.
Lost season.
That's another thing. Availability. That I don't think a lot of people appreciate availability.
Part-time player, bro. Him and AD, part-time players, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But also that was due to a lot of the COVID restrictions, which was stupid because y'all remember when we were sending in the video chat, how they had him at a game with no mask on, but he's not supposed to be at the game because he went vaccinated. Then right after that, like a week, they took away the bans for that. You know what I mean?
No.
So say that trade can't be made, right? And you got to keep Russ on the Lakers for this next season. If I'm the coach, and I need you guys to take on this, do you potentially not start Russ?
No.
Not because of his skill.
No way.
Not because of his skill, but because of he would be more efficient with having his own squad.
Let me tell you why. Let me get in here real quick. Let me get in. So the way that they structure AD and LeBron, they're gonna play them two together, and then they're gonna take LeBron out with like 5 minutes to go. That's when you bring Russ in and you bring that Russ and AD together. The Russ and LeBron can't play together. They're too ball dominant. It's too late in their careers for them to change. It's not a bad thing for him to start on the bench. It's ego,
bro. It's like
ego. No reason to start him on the bench.
And if anything, bro, this is his last contract where he's gonna be making 42 mil, bro. He gonna sit on that bench. I'm telling you, like he
got to.
He's not like riding the bench, bro. You're not kicking it. Like,
I know he's not. I know what you mean. He's gonna. I'm just saying, I know he's not riding the bench, but we talking about Russ. He ain't gonna look at it like that, obviously.
But who are you
But
starting
it
over
comes down
Russ?
to
Like
it.
who
And
would you
that's
start
exactly
over
what I was
Russ?
gonna say. Because me
Shooters.
personally,
Literally just shooters.
I'm not benching Russ. That's my
I'm
point.
not
I'm
benching
gonna leave it
Russ.
at.
There's no reason
I'm not
to.
benching
So what
Russ
do you?
either.
Okay. So
I'm
how do you?
making it work.
So what's
I'm
the
making it
change you
work.
make? What's the change you make?
The biggest thing that I think needs to happen between Russ, I said what the Lakers should do with him is keep him just for this last year because I don't think you want to give up draft picks just to get up off a 1-year deal. Like just run it back one more year, whatever. But the biggest thing is I think it'll happen. Darvin Ham needs to come to Russ and give him his role. Tell him exactly what he needs from him and what to do. Don't just be like, all right, Russ, you're gonna
But what is
see how
that?
you do this.
What is
What
that
do you mean?
role? Like what? Like
I
what?
was
He knows
watching-
not. He's not
I was-
off the ball though. So how does that work?
I think Russ needs to go back to playing like defense. He was
I was gonna
he
get
was
in
the
there.
Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. He led the league in steals a couple years. I think he has. If he commits to playing defense, he could be a great defender in the league, and just be a. He can't be a 3-and-D guy, but like a D and like roll to the basket, get rebounds guy.
Bro.
And I think Bron needs to run the show.
Yes, sir.
But
So you just don't want
It's
him doing
crazy-
anything
crazy
off
to
that.
think
What
at
are they gonna
one
do
point
off
that
I think
Westbrook
he needs
was
to learn how to play off
college
the ball
backup.
because nobody wants the ball in his hands because he's turning it over a lot. But I think Russ has something to prove this year. It's a contract year for him. I mean, a lot of people are saying like if he doesn't play well this year, he's out of the league. Like I think
That-
he
I don't
really wants
believe
to
that,
prove.
though.
Like,
Yeah, no chance.
What I
championship every
personally
year.
think that they should do next year, if they're gonna have to keep Westbrook, is get Russ back to what Russ do, bro. He knows how to score, he know how to put up points, and he know how to do everything at once. LeBron is obviously getting older and he wants to stay in the league to play with his son. They need to stop focusing offensive stuff through LeBron. Because for one, like LeBron can do that, but like LeBron don't need to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They need to let AD and Russ work together well and find their rhythm because LeBron can play in with whoever well once they find a system with that. LeBron's somebody you could throw in a system that's gonna work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you need to
For
find
sure.
a system with your scores like first. You know what I'm saying? Like AD and your 1 and your 5 or whatever he's gonna be playing.
And that just goes back
you
to
want LeBron
giving
to take a
Russ,
back seat?
give
To
Russ a
take,
role.
just take a backseat to the control part. Like, obviously, he's not really gonna take a backseat, but like when it comes to that, definitely when it runs an offense, you're gonna have to let Russ get comfortable and do that if y'all really gonna win. That way, he don't have to have much pressure on himself. That's
I
also
think-
allowing
Give Russ a role.
LeBron to really still do what he do.
Also,
And then
him being
Russ a
older.
role.
LeBron defense too.
Go ahead.
Go
Alan.
ahead, Eddie. Oh, I was saying because with LeBron getting older and whatnot, it's like taking away just a few possessions, like each game, like keeps him more fresh. Like
sure.
to kind of
That's
prove your
fair.
point, right? Like maybe instead of this where LeBron's using, a lot of force trying to get to the buckets, like, all right, I'm gonna let Russ try and do something here. And then kind of the longevity aspect of it, you don't have him sitting out, half the season. So
All right. We gonna move on. We gonna leave the rest thing to the past. We gonna move on. We're gonna play a game. We gonna play Who Would You Rather Have right now. So our special player right now is Jason Tatum. We gonna do Would you rather have Jason Tatum or Kawhi Leonard
I'm
What?
taking JT.
right now?
Kawhi Leonard.
Off
taking JT.
the injury.
That's because you're from St. Louis. You know you would
Off-
not take
off
it.
the injury,
You're from
no.
St. Louis, bro.
I'm taking JT, bro. Because
There's
Kawhi,
no way
bro.
you take JT, bro.
The only
Why?
reason I'm taking JT is because for one, think about Kawhi. Because one, JT is a natural already leader with his stuff for one. And he can, like, you know what I'm saying, even though despite the whole playoff thing, JT a leader. JT a dog. JT can get his team there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've seen that every other season when it come to game 7. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't
all
that
the
boy
games-
just fold in the
that-
finals, bro?
Just
But I said,
literally
besides-
just got done folding.
I literally says besides that finals. That's what I meant to say. I said playoff, but I meant
You
to say
can't say
finals.
that though. That just happened. Like it.
I know, though.
It just
But that's his
happened.
first. That's literally like blaming LeBron though for losing the 07
But I said
finals,
right
too. That's
now.
how
I didn't say
bro,
future.
that's
I
not
said
the
right
same,
now.
bro.
Who
Right
would you rather
now.
have?
Right now,
Bron
I'm
ain't
still
had no
taking.
Marcus
Okay,
Smart
right now,
Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm still explaining why I would take JT over him though, even though, like, you know what I'm saying, that still happened. Like, you know what I'm saying, still in the right now. But like, it's just that, like, so far we have not seen Kawhi full potential with the Clippers. We've seen him get dusted by us, like, you know what I'm saying, when we came to that. Also, everybody's seen that, like, bro, everybody thought super Kawhi once they seen him go to Toronto and get a ring automatically, and failed to realize that he still went into another system. He was a system player when it came to Greg Popovich. Like, that's everybody know how San Antonio run. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he was used to a certain type of method, and that he had to go over there and do the same thing with the Raptors. The Raptors already had a good build. They just got quiet and made it like a little bit over the top. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when he went to the Clippers, he really had to be a leader. He really was bringing his own team there. He asked Paul George to come there. He asked to sit around and play so he could build his own thing there, where he wasn't going into situations like, you know what I'm saying, where already something was set up this time. Because he came in on the dynasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is big to come in on dynasty playing with Tony Park and them and get another dub before they go. Like, you know what I'm saying? For sure. But only reason I'm going to take JT despite that finals loss is because he's shown he could build a team up already with his players and all that, despite all the controversy they have and backlash for each other, even visibly getting frustrated with each other on the court. That didn't stop them from getting into a finals and still taking the Warriors to a game 6 in their first appearance.
That was supposed to be the easiest
I want to say, though,
that was supposed to be everybody was supposed to be in unison on that one. I'm sorry. I'm taking Kawhi over Jason Tatum for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Tatum getting me paid $20 from Finchy, bro.
We gonna move on that one. That was supposed to be.
Everybody
was supposed to say Kawhi.
Gas tank.
All right. Next person. This is a good one right here. Jason Tatum or Jimmy Butler.
Of course, I'm taking
Jason Tatum, bro. Come on now.
I'm taking Jimmy Butler. I'm taking
Dude,
Jimmy.
Of course,
stop,
say that, bro.
bro.
We just
I'm
smoked
taking
that
Jimmy.
ball. You talking about future brains? It's about future.
Nah, he got to cut that out. He got to cut that out. I feel like he gonna cut that out before the season. That was just a little experiment. He gonna take that out right when the season starts.
He looked like he was out there discussing if a rat come inside, it's a mice, but if a mice go outside, it's a rat.
I gotta take Jimmy, bro.
I'll take Jason Tatum for sure. All right, Jason Tatum or DeMar DeRozan.
I'll take JT for sure.
I'm gonna take JT too. Only because DeMar ain't been in no finals appearance. Like JT may have shitted on the finals.
DeMar has had so many opportunities and just comes up short.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's #1 in the conference this year too. Y'all still in but he's not one of those players you expect to will his way and lead a whole team to do that. Like that's not what we expect DeMar to do. So
it's the defense on my end.
Yeah,
sure.
And DeMar doesn't have
He's not a 3 shooter. He's not a 3 shooter either. He just like everybody knows.
He can. I feel like I don't like that argument though. I feel like he can shoot threes. I feel like
he can, but he's directly
just like I'm gonna put you on my spot. I'm gonna get to my.
But I don't think he's better than Jason Tatum at shooting threes.
DeMar averaged 28 points, shooting 50% this year.
I mean, would you take him over JT though?
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna have to see what JT was doing this year.
No, JT is definitely a top 10 player. I mean, you can make a debate that he's not, but
I got him by
only thing they're gonna base that off of is the finals, though. If you try to take JT out of the top 10 right now, right there, that's because y'all want to base it off the finals. That's it. But at the same time, we not gonna act like he didn't go against no dynasty, like for real. Like act like you want to start playing people who stress LeBron now for 3 years.
That Celtics team was better than the Warriors, but it
was, but they were still also young. We all agreed that they was the better team. Like when they all had to play, and we all agreed that they also had to play their roles perfectly in order for them to edge the Warriors. So
and they had the hardest road to the finals. They went Nets.
Yeah, they did.
They had all the momentum to actually beat them.
Yeah, Bucks, and then what was it? Miami Heat.
Yep. Swept the Nets.
I can't keep giving them this experience thing. I mean, it was the first time in the finals, of course, but they were in the conference finals playing Brian when they was pups. They've been doing
that's because but everybody wanted at
least 2 times.
But you want to everybody was say that, but bro, like I said, Kyrie got injured. They was 18-2, bro. They didn't have to do much to maintain that record in the East where wasn't nobody doing shit but LeBron that year. It was not hard to make the Eastern Conference Finals that year, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, after you got everybody, LeBron just wrecking through everybody on his side. Like, you know what I'm saying? He beating Pacers, Toronto, like the teams that really would have edged Boston that year. LeBron already had trashed through them.
I'm not saying that like it was crazy for them to like lose to Brian. I'm saying that they have experience going into those environments. They were in the conference finals at least 2 times. You know, they've been in those high pressure environment. They took Brian to game 7. You know what I'm saying? They should have been ready. I feel like they should have been ready for that moment.
But taking them to game 6 is not bad. And the only place, like we said, the turnovers, like things you call it, like the turnovers is the main thing for sure. Like inexcusable. Like, you know what I'm saying? JT obviously ball play, but other than that, they did what they could do. Like they still got 2 games out of them. And like I said, I'm gonna give them that for sure. Like I do feel you on them not being able to make excuses. Like y'all are elite players now. Like y'all.
They didn't go against no scrubs. I mean, you're going to go against Steph Curry looking for his first Finals MVP.
Steph Curry was a monster.
Clay and Dre are super hungry to get another title without KD. Like,
you're
going against a great team.
A dynasty. And we really want to look at it. We want to, like, you know what I'm saying? We get them a little bit we get a Celtics praise for going game 7 and clutching those moments out. But at the same time, those teams pressured y'all all the way there. And those teams weren't the Warriors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those teams that pressure y'all to game 7, if y'all let them pressure y'all what they got, of course the Warriors finna edge you because they got all of that plus more. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the team they had all the confidence. Had they swept at least the Bucks or something like that, or at least 6-2 the Bucks, then they probably have been more like you know what I'm saying? I've been more disappointed. But at the same time, when I knew they took both of those, like the Bucks to game 7 and the Heat, 2 teams who had literally just been in the finals themselves the years before, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect them to not, like, you know what I'm saying, had troubles with the Warriors. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on. Jason Tatum or Paul George?
Ooh, I'm going JT.
Take it, JT.
Yeah, okay.
Paul George just injury prone as fuck right now, man. He's not been the same with that arm, bro. Like, honestly, he's been the same. He did have a decent year, but at the same time, he
fucked up his
ain't
shoulder,
able to do nothing. Right.
He had an elbow injury. I ain't never.
Elbow injury.
When was the last time you heard somebody had an elbow injury?
Elbow, like, bro, that's I heard elbow. I think he just hit his funny bone on the table, like that's it.
Man, it's been a while since somebody had an elbow, and that kept him out for a big majority of the season. I'm like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, this the last one, bro. Jason Tatum or Devin Booker?
I'm taking JT. Still.
JT too, yeah.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
That's
Devin
so
Booker
tough,
ain't
bro.
Devin Booker. Wasn't Devin Booker without CP3?
CP, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it just come down to like the leadership thing type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like JT the piece. Like you gonna give, you could consider like them giving the Devin Booker or CP, but you know for a fact JT ain't leaving the team if it's up.
When CP went out at the end of the season, I made a post on my page and I said Devin Booker gonna have to step up with the playmaking. And if he does that, he can take another step. And he did that. He kept the record going on.
Okay,
He did the thing for everybody.
I don't think it was a big enough sample size, though. I mean, you can come out one game and just ball out.
But the Mavericks did them boys dirty, bro.
Did them boys dirty, boy.
Luca Doncic terrorized them
boys. You're right. Yeah, we gonna go JT on that one for sure.
Like I'm telling Boston would have not been looking like that against the fucking the Mavericks. Mavericks would still gave them some problems too, but like you know what I'm saying, like. Definitely not that. For y'all just be coming out the finals last year, no, that's definitely that was a disappointing playoff run from them.
Yeah, we were on JT versus Bron 2007. Recently on LeBron James little show. What's it called? Another show.
Barbershop.
Nah, that's a little show. That's big show. That's Brian. You hear me?
It's cool or whatever. Anyway. He was saying that the experience that JT just went through where he was struggling against the Warriors, that was the same thing that he had went through against the Spurs in 2007.
Bruh,
I want to see if y'all was agreeing with that.
I completely agree with that. Only difference is that like JT had the team and was actually capable. If you would have put young LeBron in that same situation, that's a dub for LeBron. Like,
that's a dub, yeah.
Level LeBron played at, definitely in that 07s because he led them there all the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing about that team that wasn't LeBron. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you had and you had Larry Hughes, but if you switched them in a situation, it would be a different outcome.
Give Larry Hughes some credit, bro.
Huh?
Give Larry Hughes some credit.
That's St. Louis legend. That's big out there. That's why I mentioned Il Gakis and Larry Hughes. They're like, they're the only people who work minutes.
Big Mo Williams, bro. Don't forget my dog Mo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but that wasn't
think about what you just said. Think about what you just said, though. LeBron didn't have the supporting cast when he went against them people. Now, Jason Tatum, he had Jaylen Brown literally won them that first game.
I said that was the only difference there.
They probably get beaten 5 or they even get swept. All right.
Yeah.
So you got Jaylen Brown, you got Grant Williams hitting threes all over the place. You got Al Horford dropping 30 some games. You got Derek White,
Marcus Smart.
So if you put that squad with LeBron back in 2007, I think he does a little bit better. Jason Tatum had that loaded squad. They had the better team. They had a physical defense, and he was struggling the whole time. He let Andrew Wiggins is really good. I ain't gonna try to diminish Andrew Wiggins.
And definitely that playoff run, honestly, because he almost got Steph final MVP.
Facts.
He stepped up big time.
LeBron not letting Andrew Wiggins do that to him. I mean, huge. I should say that because LeBron is a bigger guy. But
honestly, you gotta add like they had key role players that came off the bench that nobody really that didn't do nothing all season. That you can't. Otto Porter came out in 5 for 5 on threes one game.
Otto Porter was good. Otto Porter was good.
The whole.
Was that Otto Porter or was that Wilt Chamberlain, bro? I didn't know who was on the court.
Kevon Looney,
both of them.
Kevon Looney made his money this offseason. He's been fantastic. The offensive rebounds and defense that he played, insane.
Their situations were the same, but the level of hate and shit like that, the heat on them is definitely the same. Like that's less excuse why JT shouldn't have won that finals or had done better type shit. Because honestly, had he had to put up a decent run, nobody wouldn't be sitting here dogging about it. They would have dogged him as a whole as a team. But it was this.
I don't think his whole playoffs run was bad.
It wasn't just the finals.
I'm just saying that you can. I feel like you can't compare, but I just feel like LeBron had it worse. You can't really.
He had it way
worse. 100%.
He had nobody's, bro.
One thing that goes in your favor, though, I'm gonna tell you the statistics.
Is Larry Hughes a Hall of Famer? I actually didn't think about that. Is he a Hall of Famer?
You said what?
I didn't think so. Okay, so nobody on that team
maybe in St. Louis, bro.
Future Hall of Famer, like you could say that for them. They at least got 3 of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Out of them three future Hall of Famers for sure.
Listen, they both average 22 points a game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds on around 36 to 37% from the field. So they average the same amount, but one dude had less help. One dude had the whole team. I wasn't old enough to know how that Spurs team was, or how they compare to the Warriors. So I won't compare them 2 teams. But if they're if you have them similar and just compare the Cavs and the Celtics, I feel like one situation was way better. So I should do that.
I think we're all on the same page with that. 100%.
I bet. Kevin Durant. We're going to move on to Kevin Durant. How do y'all feel about this man asking for a trade?
Dude, Kevin Durant's like that one friend that they just keep snaking you, bro. You thought that was your homie, dude. You thought that was your homie, bro. He's hitting on your girl, bro. He's taking money out your wallet, bro. That's KD.
Oh, God.
That's who he is as your friend, bro. I think from a purely skilled standpoint, I think everyone who knows basketball, KD is one of the greatest from a skill standpoint. But I think as a man, whatever you want to call it, as a competitor,
it's a question, my bad.
Himself is tarnishing his legacy, bro.
All right. His trade request to me, it's kind of crazy for real, because at the same time, you want to blame KD, but you really can't. He came with an injury. He had everything he really needed, but at the same time, he is going to put up there. Kyrie didn't play all of his games. James Harden didn't come off the rip and do everything he was going to do. James Harden left because he's seen that Kyrie wasn't going to do his thing. So, he never even got the chance to see what they could actually do to their full potential. So, there's just a lot of confusion around them. They had a solid team for the playoffs, for real. Steph Curry, Cole, you know what I'm saying? They had a good, solid core for it, but, that was towards the end. Like I said, that was too much to have to pick up on late season for real. And Celtics, they've had a great late season run for real, dude. They started off a little rocky and came on blasting. So it was really hard to stop that when y'all just gathered y'all feet in the first round of the playoffs. So it's understandable why they got swept. So I really don't blame them for the trade request. But at the same time, it's bro, you're gonna run from another situation. Pretty much it's bro, you at some point you got to realize, bro, you got to stick out something, bro. LeBron even had to do that. You know what I'm saying? He had to stick it out and take, what was it, the 2016 or 17 Cavs to playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They watched J.R. Smith literally ruin his Hall of Fame career.
Dude, again, my problem with KD, it's not about leaving, it's about where you want to go. You requested a trade, okay, fine, whatever, you don't like your situation. But your first 2 options are the number 1 seed in the East in the Miami Heat. And I think the Suns were the best team in the league by 8 games. So those are your 2 destinations you want to go to. It's just, again,
and it's history, bro. It's the Warriors.
Yeah, history repeats itself. It's just you looking like you don't want to compete, and that's what basketball is about to a lot of us that really enjoy basketball. Is about the competition.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Warriors, win your chips. I don't think anybody really counts his chips in the Warriors. Oh yeah, he really got a chip. He a certified champion.
It counts, but it don't mean the same. I think that's
exactly. It counts, but we just don't respect it as much.
Scalabrine got a ring too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I was thinking. I just want to say this. It would have been cool if he took his talents back to the
Washington.
Yes,
sir.
DMV area, Washington D.C. Go back to the Wizards. You got a solid squad. You got Kuz, KCP, Bradley Beal just re-signed.
That is a solid squad for sure.
That would have been cool if he could have.
I don't know how that would get him though. I mean, they would have to give
Yeah, I
up
mean,
all
Yeah.
the draft
a
They
picks.
big
definitely
old
have to
Right,
give
right.
up some of that. That's not going to be the
bunch of
core. They get on
picks.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
give
don't
up
know, but
KD.
Mm-hmm.
it
Okay.
would have been more respectable if he put that at his like destination. Like, yo, send me back home. Let me bring one back to the DMV area. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I think if Dame come back for it, I think the
Oh yeah,
Blazers would
Portland. I wouldn't be mad
Portland
if he
would be
wanted to go
nice.
to
Portland would
Portland.
have been a
nice.
perfect.
Oh, that'd
It
be
gives
nice.
everybody over there. You got Hassan
Fire.
Whiteside. He ain't
You
got
got the
to worry about nothing.
Bosnian beast, baby.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He literally got you know what I'm saying? He literally got better Russ over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gotta worry about it. He know he gonna bust. He know he gonna send somebody home, bro. Like, ain't no overtime, no OT. He gonna do that.
For sure.
What do you think, Khalid? We got to hear your take on
My
it.
thing that it's one thing to do it to OKC because like they didn't handle their business with James Harden. They could have paid him a little extra money to keep him and keep their core together. So I understand why he snaked them. But the Nets literally gave this man every single thing he asked for. He went there. He didn't like the coach. First of all, they gave him the bag on the torn. What was it? A torn Achilles? Torn Achilles. They gave him the bag anyway. They said we don't really want Kyrie, but since you want Kyrie, we'll go ahead and bring him over with you. You know, we'll sign him too. Then they said we don't want all these young players. You know, we want James Harden. I bet we didn't tore up the whole core. Jared Allen doing great on the Cavs.
Oh
You got
God,
Karis LeVert
Yeah.
going crazy.
Would have been
Who was
great.
other? Spencer Dinwiddie went crazy for the Mavs this year. I mean, they really gave up their whole core for this man.
Just for him to leave too, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That Jared Allen move, bro. He would have been a great
crazy.
piece
Karis
with them
LeVert
right
for
now.
sure.
Kenny Atkinson was a
Right.
good coach. He did nothing wrong. He was a good
Facts.
coach, and they got rid of him for Steve Nash.
He made Spencer Dinwiddie look like a good point guard. Like without Kyrie,
he made D'Lo look like the best point guard in the game, bro.
That's what I'm about to say. Because I don't think about it, man. Like when they was halfway playing Kyrie while KD was out, Spencer Dinwiddie was going off. But you ain't seen that out of Spencer Dinwiddie since they moved him. But like that means his coaching skill was definitely he knew how to play him. Because Spencer Dinwiddie,
the culture was there too. Like people wanted to play
was good. One of the best coaches. They was on the sidelines dancing. Everything was so smiles and everything like that.
Everybody like, yeah, for sure.
I just can't get down with that, you know. And I was just starting because with that whole Golden State situation, I hated that man for a long time.
I'm telling you,
my God.
I was just starting to like him again, like just starting to like him again. And he does
I
this,
knew
bro.
he was going to end up surpassing like a LeBron type, like you know what I'm saying. In my head, I was like, man, KD a dog, like you know what I'm saying. Like I knew, like even him playing LeBron in the finals, man. I'm like, man, I know I want LeBron to win, but I was like, I ain't gonna count KD out, like you know what I'm saying. Definitely got that run. Like a lot of people, I feel like that playoff series where they got to the finals is really not talked about enough, man.
Which
they
one?
really, bro, they dog when they actually made it to the finals. The
what
past
team?
2
What
years,
team?
the OKC.
When, yeah.
Them last 2 years, that before they actually lost 3-1 to the Warriors when they actually did make it to the finals, like that playoff run was crazy, dude, for real. Like, man. They're going in. The Memphis Grizzlies series was crazy. Like, man, he's going
that was cold.
2012, like Tony Allen,
TA,
like
Zebo,
crazy. Allen Jr. going crazy down there. Mark Gasol, like, bro, that was a crazy battles, bro.
KD or Steph all time? Who you got? Like you got to take into consideration accomplishments. Like we're talking about all time ranking.
Like we're talking about their career.
I'm
like where would you put them?
Mm-hmm. Real quick, everybody.
I'm going Steph. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Steph, bro. Steph above KD.
Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are really on that bandwagon, but I was really out watching Golden State come up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That whole Monte Ellis court. Even before
baby.
Even before that, when they was running with Baron Davis, like, quit playing.
Like, you know,
dude, Baron Davis was a dog.
Allen was on the Warriors back in 2K11. He'd always get
That's what I'm saying. Back
Steph
then,
Curry,
bro.
Light the fuck out.
Crazy. Andrew
I didn't know
Bogut,
anything about him. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
You had
I wasn't on him like that.
Yeah, I remember
exactly.
that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember watching them always lose.
But
they couldn't get out the first round versus the Nuggets, bro. You had Aaron, what was it? Aaron Laundrie. Wasn't he? What was his name?
on the Denver Nuggets.
Oh yeah, he was a little point guard for a minute.
Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah.
Aflalo,
mentioned him in the song too.
Aflalo.
I think that around that time, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was around that time they still had him. I remember getting closed out by the Nuggets, like you know what I'm saying, first round, and I'm thinking like, man, if Curry just gets something around here, but like he splashed his shots out there, like he was always been able to point for point. It's just when he dedicated and got that core. And KD did the same thing and actually you know what I'm saying, put his foot down. No reason. It ain't no reason, honestly, he should have ever stepped out of that OKC jersey. And that's more what it was disappointed too. It offside of him trading on Rush.
It come down to it come down to decisions. It come down to the decision making.
Because I have you know what I'm saying, he may not have 2 rings already, but at the same time, if he would have stood stand his ground, people would have been able to see overall the effects of the Westbrook. Like, you know what I'm saying, Millie would more like pretty much if he would have just stepped down, he would have either seen that or they would have really been able to get through those struggles, because that's not to say that Russ still wouldn't explode and had that same energy that gave him that 3-year triple-double season. But at the same time, you can't say that because, like, that was something that had to feel him like he really had a point to prove. So, but like, had he stayed in KD, OKC, I feel like they would have a ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or at least 2. Somebody would have wanted to come there with KD. Like, ain't no way you're not coming to a team with Kevin Durant, who already led them to a finals against LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And then passed like a whole bunch of good teams that year. So I'm like, man, you're going to take that.
All right, we're going to start with Alan on this next one. He said he got a hot take for us.
All right,
the question is, should Draymond Green be awarded a 4-year, $138 million deal?
Listen to this, dude.
Half of his stat.
You put Draymond Green on the worst team in the NBA, okay? They will be the worst team in the NBA still.
Literally. Yep.
It does not, bro.
Man, no love for Draymond.
Was out. I mean, when all of them was out pretty much,
bro.
Draymond was still on that team when they was the lowest record with D'Angelo. They was ass, brother. On me, he's still like really, they gonna pay him that big salary just for him to spend like $5 million in flagrant fouls.
But
bro. Like,
here's an interesting thing though.
No way.
With Draymond though, he's like if it's like a puzzle, right? You got Steph and Clay. He is like really the only player that fits, like that just connects everything together, bro. If those 2 guys weren't in the league, I don't see Draymond Green being in the league for more than a few years.
I could tell you, I don't even remember where he was before the Warriors.
Nobody remembered him in Michigan State.
Nobody, bro. Like, you just got lucky. He's a good bro. He's a good dynasty player with them. Like, he fits well with them.
Yeah.
And Draymond, he's not completely trash. But like I said, bro, he was terrorizing people on them threes when they actually did find a way to take out Steph and Clay.
The Draymond Green 3 used to piss me off, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
God.
You have
Game 7 of the 2016 finals.
How many times LeBron is way back and then Draymond come bang up a 3, bro? And I'm just like, why?
He got like 37 points. Draymond ain't never ever dropped 37 points.
No backboards and nothing. He's crazy, bro.
They should have won that game, bro.
It's like
he was hitting shots out there. It's crazy, bro. Like, but
let me say this real quick. Y'all saying how he's great for this team. That matters. You know, when you talk about who should pay him, we're talking about the Warriors paying him. And on this team, on this team, he is perfect for this team. Now, I wouldn't pay him $34.5 million a year. That's where we get a little crazy.
If I'm the Warriors, I'm not paying him. Like,
but here's why, bro. Leverage.
Not
Where's he gonna go? Who else is gonna pay him that much?
When we talk about defense, he's one of the best defensive players of this era. So we have to give him credit for that. And still to this day. Now, where I start to not like him is when we get to the antics. You know what I'm saying? Putting your feet on Jaylen Brown's head, pulling the shorts down. He could say he was pulling himself up, but so I don't really respect all that kind of stuff.
Dude, when he ripped the dude off Memphis, I forgot his name, but some Clark. What was his name?
Brandon Clark.
Dude, that was so. And then he said,
he was doing too much, bro.
Like, no, bro, you was trying to rip him down out the air. Like, you just, I don't like it. Was just dirty to me. I didn't like that at all. I don't like the antics either, like you said.
Even the whole finals, bro, it was nothing like, bro. They was winning, bro. He just was doing dumb stuff. Like, bro, come on now. Like, he messing up. He disrupting their momentum, everything, bro.
I like showmanship. Like, I like when people, do the antics and respect. Like, the Steph Curry, the sleep, that's like, I like that. But Draymond, it's not like showmanship. It's not like entertaining. It's just like, you look like an asshole, bro.
But that's not even the only part of it, though. You still got like Clay. He's eligible for an extension now. He becomes a free agent in 2024, and then you got Jordan Poole, who can negotiate for a rookie extension now.
I think Wiggins can now too. Yeah, I think they need to pay Wiggins, man.
Pay Wiggins. I feel like Wiggins is the most replaceable though.
What for real? How?
You say he's
because Draymond in that system. I mean, unless you trade for like a Ben Simmons type who doesn't care about scoring. He's literally there just to like pass the stuff and play great defense. The only player I can see that can like won't care about his own stuff, don't care about scoring at all, and will play great defense and just give them the ball. That's Draymond or Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is in, Brooklyn. And then you got Jordan Poole.
I'm definitely
I feel like you need
I'm
Jordan
trading
Poole off
Andrew
the
Wiggins
bench.
over
I feel
here.
like you need
Good
that.
point.
Andrew Wiggins. I feel like he can replace that. Like if you got Jeremy Grant, that's kind of like the same thing, ain't it?
Wiggins is he's an icing on the cake type of player. You know what I'm saying? Like they still the Warriors without him for sure. But like he definitely helped push that over the final.
If Wiggins is not on the team.
No, they're not winning without Wiggins. I'm just saying out of
Wiggins.
all of them,
I was about to say
you can
that.
replace that. I feel like you can
I'm still paying Wiggins. If Draymond want the max, I'm letting him walk, bro. Like,
yeah, facts.
I might let Clay walk too if he asking for the max.
I ain't gonna let Clay walk. Nah, that's crazy, bro. I'm not
letting
Clay
walk.
We can move on, y'all. We gonna move on because we gotta get this last topic. Yeah, all right, we gonna start with Allen, then go to Illy, then Finchy, and we're gonna keep this brief.
Hey, top
10 players in the league right now.
In order.
All right.
Yeah, in order.
This is non-biased, bro. You know, I'm not even no bias in here, bro. But Giannis is obviously number one. Come on, don't play with me. Number 2, we got Luca.
Whoa.
That's hot.
Okay, keep going. My bad. Keep
going.
Number
three, I'm gonna go with my boy Steph.
Okay.
Number 4, this is where it gets dicey, man. It's hard right here, but I got Joel at number 4.
Okay.
KD at number 5.
Ooh.
Jokic at number 6.
Ooh.
Ja Morant. Damn, I can't even say this one, bro.
Ja Morant.
D-Book.
Jesus Christ. D-Book at your oh man, we're gonna have to throw this whole list away.
Jason Tatum, LeBron James.
You got LeBron James last. Oh my goodness.
That boy's getting old, man.
My goodness. Oh, that's going on the page for sure.
All right. So who are we taking out of that?
He won't throw that loud. He's gonna amplify the sound on that one.
But why are we saying Ja Morant? Like that's crazy, bro.
I don't think it's crazy, but
I don't have Ja Morant on my top 10 right now.
Why is Ja Morant crazy, bro? Do you guys not remember what Ja Morant was doing, bro?
His decision making, his decision making is so bad. This dude will drive. You know, on 2K, you got the people who dribble and is driving into the paint on 2 dudes. I hate them type of people. That's what he be doing. Okay, if you see 2 people on you, you don't go through them. You're like 160. You're not supposed to do that. You're gonna get hurt.
But you want to tell him? Nobody gonna tell Westbrook that. Like you'll say, he just have that mentality.
Westbrook is built though. Westbrook can do that. You know he.
All right. So who would you replace? Who would you replace Ja Morant with?
Here I go. Let me give you my 10 before.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So you can see. Let's all give our 10 and we can talk.
Right.
Obviously, I don't think you can really debate number 1. It has to be Giannis. Like,
let's go.
I agree.
Giannis does everything on every side of the ball. He just dominates the whole league.
And he's got good dad jokes, bro.
He got good dad jokes for sure. 2 for me. I gotta go Steph. I mean, dude, like
that should be everybody. Yeah.
Steph just completely unguardable, bro. Like
won the chip. Got him.
Won the chip. I got 3 Embiid. I think he took a huge step this year. Embiid, I mean, bro, back to the basket, 3-point. He's kind of unguardable as well when he's healthy.
Agreed.
4 Jokic. Got 4 Jokic. He did win MVP. I don't know if he deserved it, but great player, like just all around. 5, I got Luca at 5. I got Bron at 6. KD at 7. I got Jimmy Butler at 8. I got JT at 9, and then Ja Morant at 10.
Jimmy Butler is in your top 10?
Yes, sir.
And you had KD 7? KD not in your top 5? 7.
No way.
Jeez.
No way.
I got some hot takes on this list, man. We should have started with
so
this
for
one.
mine, no, I ain't really write a list down, so I just got the top right now.
I'm gonna write it down.
All right, so whatever this is, I'm just like, it might be out of order because some people might think of, so I'm just gonna go off I can think of to my best. But for one, I'm definitely gonna go with Giannis. Obviously, he's the best all-around player in the league, pretty much, like y'all said. But as far as I'm gonna say, like when it comes to like Steph and him being number 1 and 2 on the top of the list, that just as them as players, but as a team, I would put the Warriors over the Bucks because I don't see them beating them in the in the series, pretty much, like in the finals. Finals run.
That's another conversation because I wholeheartedly disagree with that. But keep going with your.
Giannis, Steph, I'm definitely gonna get Jokic for real for number 3, honestly. Yeah, because he really had an outstanding year, and I really think with Jamal Murray, they probably would have been a more complete team to get over the hump they needed, especially with how the pretty much just how that season really looked for them. He really didn't have Michael Porter and nothing like that. He really outshined him, like you said. So I will give him 3. I go number 4 and say Joel Embiid too. He definitely had an outstanding. He got over the crybaby attitude, even without Ben Simmons, proved that he don't need him, and he still led them where they needed him to go. And now they looking forward to a good season coming up now for sure. I'm gonna get number 5 to. Let me see. Definitely, I'm still gonna get KD number 5 for sure. I can't keep him on number 5 because as much as I hate KD, he still did his thing all season. They failed as a team, but all of that wasn't all. He's not all the blame for them failing that playoff series, obviously. And we still not gonna play out that. Literally, boy was a big toe away from probably winning the finals, really, without, you know what I'm saying, despite all the odds.
Step back.
They want to talk about him. So he still got that hump to improve, but like he's still KD. Number 6 definitely gonna be Luca Doncic. Obviously, dude had a monstrous playoff run. Literally dismantled the Suns when it came down to it. Like the Suns game was good too. 2 games, I think. Was it 4-2 or they went to
4-2,
yeah.
But they went to 7.
But pretty much he dominated them pretty much. Like, and when he really had like no really big superstars around him, he had more role players. Like pretty much Luca looked like a white Brian out there pretty much against like, you know what I'm saying, playing the Raptors in the East back the other day, for real, man. Like
that Balkan Brian.
For real. So 7, I'm gonna give pretty much. Man, I didn't think right now.
You got LeBron.
I'm gonna get JT up there too, obviously.
JT.
I mean, JT. I'll probably. Did I put
it.
LeBron? I ain't put LeBron in yet.
Nope.
Oh yeah. Who I get 6 to? Yeah, 7 gonna be definitely
Luca 6, 7 JT. You said.
Yeah, 7 JT. And I would put JT over him, but that finals run, I feel like Luca wouldn't have played like that in the finals run for sure, man. Like he had to that definitely would have been. That's how the situation I look at him. So that's the only reason I'm gonna give him over that for this now. Other than that, but definitely LeBron gonna be an A because I want to pay some high, basically to be biased. But we gonna be honest, he is Asian, but at the same time, he really hasn't digressed. But you know what I'm saying? He ain't old LeBron right now. He ain't the super top LeBron right now. I'm gonna put Ja. I had a 10.
Oh, you got for 10. Did you say DeMar for 10?
I say DeMar. No, I ain't gonna get DeMar 10 for sure. Dang, do I want to? What I'm trying to think. All right, let's go. We'll give him 10. I'll switch out later, Tom. Because I can't even think of nobody.
Yeah, it's hard off the top. Like, there's a lot of players.
It is hard off the top.
All right.
Okay.
The man in the middle.
All right.
Khalid Murray, baby. Let's hear it.
Khalid, let's hear it, baby.
My top 10 players. Giannis, that's we ain't even got to talk about that. I got Steph number 2.
Okay.
I got Bron number 3.
Bron 3?
I got Bron.
I wanted to unbiasedly put Bron at 3.
I'm gonna tell you why it's unbiased. I'm biased in a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, you got to defend that.
KD 4.
KD. Okay.
I got Jokic 5.
Jokic, okay.
Luca 6.
Luca.
Joel Embiid 7.
Okay.
I got Kawhi 8.
Ooh. Really? Okay.
Jason Tatum.
We doing off entry base, bro. Damn. Oh.
No, but just like going into next season, who would you have take right
Who's
now?
10?
Actually, switch me off of Dame.
I got Dame at 10 too.
Put me on Dame on them.
Damn, how did I skip that, dude? How did I forget Dame, bro?
Yeah,
I didn't know we was
going off injuries. Dame was in my head the whole time, but
Dame ain't doing nothing this year, bro.
Bro, Russ ain't even in your top 10, bro. Like, don't even. You don't even think your boy will be good enough to be
I can't justify Russ right now. Maybe next year it's a great season.
So that now you see where that 5% blame that sounds crazy. Okay, good.
I mean, AD not in nobody's top 10.
Go ahead.
That's fair. That's
AD
fair.
should be top 3.
I had a lot of blame on AD though. I had a lot of blame for him.
Part-time AD. 20 hours a week AD, Mr. Part-time.
Yeah. He got to prove something back to me.
Street clothes.
Let me defend my list though real quick.
Hold up, defend LeBron for me. I do not know how you got LeBron at 3, bro.
So for me, I did every talent. I did intangibles, but I have it based on the top 4. I feel like if they're your number 1, I feel like you can win. I feel like you could put.
Yep.
You just gotta get
so
a solid 2, like a really solid 2, and then a solid 3, and you can win. So I think
you're
Giannis.
taking
Giannis is proving that he can win with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton as 2 and 3.
Okay.
Chris Middleton.
Steph
That's
just
fact.
won. Steph just won.
He been winning.
LeBron.
Actually. I'll say he been winning with them.
Yeah. LeBron, I really feel like he could still at this time be your number 1. You can have a good 2. If Anthony Davis is your 2, and then you get like a nice solid 3, I think they can win the championship. So that's why I have them. I have them. So
they have.
And Kevin Durant, same thing.
Yeah. If we was going off that, then I would have did that. I did. If I would have did a little bias, I definitely put LeBron at 3 because for one, the fact that he's literally the oldest player on this list and 37 is still averaging 27 points. You know what I'm saying? A season
Just got done averaging almost 30 last year. Almost 30.
That's crazy, right? Right. That is crazy, bro. Like,
really.
ain't nobody been at 37 doing that. Like,
Bron don't play enough defense, bro.
But that's
I think
okay. That is a lot, though. That's
can,
just that last season, though. He could not gas himself no more than he could, bro. He had to do something, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my reason why I said they need to focus on more him and Russ and AD being the scoring. That way LeBron can actually sit back and not have to do so much and gas himself on offense and actually run some defense. Because they can do that. This is what they got. You know what I'm saying? Russ at 84. They know what they're doing out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron could take that switch, like, you know what I'm saying, to take over defense. Obviously, for one, LeBron's defense has got them, you know what I'm saying, got him some of his chips. Like, so you can't say he ain't really got no defense. When, like,
I know, but like going into this season right now, like, I don't know if Bron's number 3 in the league. Like, but, okay. Jokic, Luca, Joel, like.
Kevin Durant is shown he's not a leader. That's why I got LeBron. He got swept by the Celtics. It was the sole reason why they got swept is because they double teamed him. They made sure they filled him.
That's why I had Bron before KD as well.
But he's still a bucket though, and I feel like if he had his second and third option, that doesn't happen. Jokic, the Warriors exploited his physique. I would say like he was able to keep up with all that running around stuff like that, and I feel like he wasn't as impactful in the playoffs.
Like Finchie made a good point about Jamal Murray. Like if he had Jamal Murray, Michael Porter kind of take off that offensive load a little bit, and he just facilitates.
He didn't even need the load off. He still exploded, bro. He act like they
does he have the mindset to still? Because in the bubble, he was letting Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee kind of bully him when he had Jamal, and he was kind of deferring, like, oh, Jamal Murray kind of saved us. You know what I'm saying? So he had to kind of take on that.
We'll see.
He had to do everything, but when he doesn't have to, will he still? You know what I'm saying? I kind of got to see that.
I don't know. Bron can do everything either. You know what I mean?
You said what?
I don't think Bron could, like, he needs to defer a little bit now as well. Maybe more so than.
But you can't bank that off last season where he literally was like had the gas on everything, bro. Like he can't play 100% defense when he averaged to damn near 30, bro. Like who doing that at 37? Like
2020 when they won the championship, he was deferring. He let Rondo bring the ball up. He was letting Anthony Davis drop 30. He was averaging 10 plus assists. He was doing his thing. He was doing
for sure.
26 and 10. He can still do that. I feel like if they get Anthony Davis back to averaging 28 points a game, he can still do what he got to do. And him as your number 1. So he's averaging 20. He can give you 25 and 9 plus assists as the number 1 option and still have Anthony Davis solely doing scoring and defense. And you can win a championship that way. So that's why I got him number 3.
All right, boys. You guys ready to wrap this thing up?
I'm ready to wrap this up.
Left.
I want to say thank you all to my special guests, Illy, Allen, and Finchie for showing up. This is a really good first episode, you know what I'm saying, of the Baller Method. We're going to have this show weekly. We're going to try to have everybody on here weekly. I'm going to try to get some special guests, some interviews going on. So
y'all going to see when Russ shut y'all up. When Russ shut up Finchie, bro.
Oh, dude. Every fucking day wait for the season to start, boys.
I didn't say Russ ain't going to have no comeback season, though. I didn't say that. I did agree.
You don't put his dick in your mouth, bro. That's all.
Man, that's crazy.
That off the kid. Look at that.
That's crazy. All right, y'all. It was good. It was good talking to y'all. Catch y'all later.
Appreciate you, Khalid.
Oh, gang. Good first one on God, bro. Appreciate you.
Baller Method. Let's go.
Let's get back in it. Big Baller Method.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man.
All right, my boy. Appreciate it. Take care, y'all.
Take care, boys.